Welcome back, and today we are going to look at how to avoid burnout. And when you are in the phase of burnout, when you are facing that endless set of nights, endless set of work without any end whatsoever in sight, and feeling tired about it, what to do and how to go about it. Productivity is not an endless game. Productivity has a cost to it, as many people feel about it. You can work for 12-hour days, for many, many days, 14-hour days, many, many days. But at some point in time, it all gives in. It all caves in, and you feel that you have burnt out yourself. What is this feeling of burnout? How do you avoid it? What do you do when you are at that phase? That's something that we are going to look at in this episode. Now, let's take burnout. People work continuously, and a lot of times people feel that productivity is all about continuously working and not even taking rest or any breaks, which is exactly what the opposite of all that science is telling us. Productivity comes to a peak only when you take the breaks or sleep or the rest that is going to sharpen your skill, sharpen your body and the mind. When you go without that when you go without that rest, when you go without that sleep, a lot of times it becomes counterproductive, and your body and the mind and the spirit gives in, and therefore you are not as sharp as before, as sharp as you would want yourself to be. So the question that you need to ask yourself is that if you are running a long time for a long time, what is it that you need to do to keep that energy supply going? You need to ask yourself, where is this fuel for your body and mind coming from? And is that fuel, that supply of the fuel, how is it getting recharged? And look at what source is going to recharge that. It could be a short break for people, it could be good sleep for others, it could be good music for others, but something should refuel and become the source of that energy. And you need to find out that source of energy. A lot of people go without ever thinking about how their body and mind are getting charged, and only realize only when they hit a really, really tough and rough spot. And a lot of times it becomes a very, very unpleasant phase of life for them. I've seen a lot of people running continuously for 3 months, 4 months, but feeling completely tired and exhausted at the end of that marathon run. It is okay to run once a while. It is okay to feel burnt out once a while. But if you're feeling burnt out continuously, you need to really check for the signs of depression. You need to really check for whether you are getting fatigued. Is it completely related to your bodily symptoms rather than your mind symptoms? A lot of times it could be that something is wrong with your body, something that body is signaling that you need to take care of, you need to check it out. So a lot of times the imbalance in the body also becomes a signal by which you are getting fatigued a lot more often, become depressed a lot more often, and just treating the body the right way. It could be the right mixture of food. It could even be taking medication with the advice of the right doctor. All of this can refuel, recharge your body. Many, many times, burnout is about mind, that you are running out of something and you are hitting a spot where you don't know how to push things forward. You are not seeing the results coming in. You have been working tirelessly over and over and over, but you don't know how to push further. You're not seeing the kind of results that you want to see, and you don't know what else to do. And that conflict in the mind also results in depression. That conflict in mind also results in somebody feeling completely exhausted. So a lot of times it has to do with the mind rather than the body. And you need to recognize, is that the phase that you're going through? A lot of times, burnout is all about somebody asking you to work against your will. You have other priorities also. There are things that you would want to do after your day job, but there are things that only you can do and you are asked to do, and that keeps nagging you in the back of the mind. as to why I should be doing it, what am I doing? Some of those questions run through in your mind, which also results in exhaustion and hence burnout for many people. Many people don't even realize they're burnout till they actually get burned out. They run, they have been running for this for a very long time. And when they realize they are burnt out, they also realize that they don't really want to continue on that path anymore. And that also makes them really, really sad and depressed. Whatever it is, a lot of this burning out is tied back to the big question of why you are doing what you are doing. That motto, that question of what propels you to do the things that you have been doing, what propels you to wake up in the morning, do the things that you are doing continuously, burn the midnight oil and deliver. What makes you do that? You need to think about that and you need to think about that motivation. If that motivation is intrinsic, if that is something that you want to do it because that's what you are, you want to do it because that's something that you want to develop, you want to do it because that's something that you are eager about, that's something that you feel passionate about, then only the body might get exhausted. With a bit of sleep, with a bit of rest, the body will come back. With a bit of right set of food and rest, the body comes back. But if that why is somebody else pushing you to do it, your company pushing you to do it, your boss pushing you to do it against your will, then that leads you to burnout. When your body and mind are both exhausted, and especially because the mind says that, I don't want to run it because this is not my race. And your body says, yes, that is the starting point of burnout. And you need to be very, very watchful. A lot of people, when they feel burnt out, they don't feel going back to their work. They don't feel going back to their previous routine. And it can be dangerous because sometimes it is just the kind of break that you need, just the kind of sleep and rest that you need, which can reset the whole thing. So you need to sit, you need to contemplate as you near exhaustion, as you go towards this breaking point before you get broken, as to why you are doing what you are doing, what is the routine that you are indulging in, and what is happening to both your mind as well as body. And sometimes reflection of this nature can help you to unlock, understand yourself a lot better. And when you do this reflection, unlock and understand yourself better and come back, you are able to do a much better job. Sometimes it's all about rearranging your routine, looking at what is it that you are doing from morning to night, and can you rearrange this routine a little bit here and there so that you are able to pack that rest, pack that sleep, pack that relaxation, pack that break a little better so that your productivity is even better compared to before. So you need to look at why you are doing. You need to look at what you are doing in terms of your routine. You need to look at what propels you to do it day after day. And the fourth one would be the way you are doing things. When I'm saying the way you are doing things, are you taking help from AI? Today, there are plenty of tools from artificial intelligence which can do a lot of routine tasks for you. Are you getting bored? Are you getting depressed? Are you getting burnt out because you are doing lots and lots of routine tasks which are better automated? And when you do lots of routine tasks, you really get bored and depressed saying that, why am I even doing this? And that is not human. And therefore, you are getting burnt out. That could be one big reason why people feel burnt out. If you're filling row after row after row of Excel sheets and that is your job, then you must look at how to automate that. There are plenty of tools and there are plenty of different jobs which contain lots of automatable parts which are very, very routine. And doing that routine can be very boring. So you need to ask yourself, are you taking advantage of all the tools which are available to automate whatever can be automated? Are you taking advantage of all the tools available which can make your work a lot more creative? Are you engaging with people who are creative? Are you engaging with your co-workers who are creative, fun to be with? All of this can make whatever you are doing a lot more bearable, whatever you're doing a lot more productive, whatever you're doing a lot more creative. And when you are feeling productive and creative, then that depression, that burnout is completely gone out of your life, even if you're working a longer set of hours. all of this, when they come together, make you productive. All of these, when they come together, make you realize that there is a lot more to working than just continuously plodding on and working hard and hard. So it's not about hard work, it's about smart work, taking advantage of all the intelligence available, taking advantage of all the tools available, taking advantage of all the people who are available in terms of who can help you. So ask yourself, have you asked for help? Ask yourself, have you utilized all the tools and techniques which are available at your disposal? Ask yourself, have you tapped into your body, into your mind well enough so that you have taken advantage of everything around you to make your product work more productive? But even in spite of taking advantage of all of these things to make your work more productive, more creative, if you feel exhausted, if you feel drained, if you feel tired, then there could be possibly two causes to it. One is that you need to take care of your body on an urgent manner. Check it out. Is everything all right? Is some disease, something lurking underneath which you need to spot, especially if you're continuously getting fatigued out, especially if you're getting continuously tired after just one session of work? Or even more important, is that work motivating enough for you? Is that work challenging enough for you? Is that work important enough for you? When the work is not important for you, if the work is not challenging enough for you, if the work is full of routine tasks which you are doing day in, day out, then life becomes boring, life becomes depressing. And that is why you need to be very creative, even when you come and do something which can be very, very routine. When you look from outside, a lot of work can be seen as very repetitive and routine. You get up in the morning, you go to office, you do the same thing that you have done day after day after day. But when you realize that what you do is moving the office, moving your team towards a particular position, then there is joy out of that work. Even in that routine work, you can derive joy. So you need to look at the purpose of why you are doing, a purpose of what is happening because of what you are doing. And when you understand that purpose, that gives you that motivation that you desperately need. So put all of this together. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're doing it. Think about whether you are taking help, whether it is from artificial intelligence, whether it is from your friends in the office, and see whether you are able to pull all of this together to be more productive and not just plodding day in and day out so that you feel burnt out. Think about it. Pack a lot of rest and sleep and relaxation in your routine and change your routine when you need to so that you are not only more productive, but also more relaxed and more happy in delivering what you're delivering. See you in our next episode.